I Lied to You, the show with fantastical fibs and tantalising truths. And on David Mitchell's team tonight, the news presenter whose accent has been described as sexy and like warm honey, or put another way, Welsh. Hugh Edwards. And the star of the Sarah Millican television programme, I'll keep you in suspense no longer, it's Sarah Millican! And on Lee Mack's team tonight, an actress who can convince you of anything. She told me earlier she's delighted to be on Lee's team. It's Josie Lawrence. And a comedian, actor and former professional footballer who used to play with the likes of Beckham, Lineker and Shearer. And if Bert Beckham, Arthur Lineker and Frank Shearer are watching, he says hi. It's Bradley Walsh. So, we begin with round one, Home Truths, where our panellists read out a statement from the card in front of them. To make things harder, they've never seen the card before, so they've no idea what they'll be faced with. It's up to the opposing team to sort the fact from the fiction, and Sarah is first up. Sarah.
When I'm feeling tired, I photograph myself to see how tired I look. I then compare this photograph with other photographs I've taken of myself when I felt tired to see how tired I really am.
Lee's team, what do you think?
When did this begin, Sarah?
Probably 3 or 4 years ago.
How?
Boredom.
The first time you did it, what brought that on?
I think I was just taking photos of things in the flat and then thought I'd take a photo of myself.
And when you say tired, do you feel like your eyes are just a little bit tired?
Well, it depends. It can depend. Sometimes I'm a little bit tired, sometimes I'm really, really tired.
If you're wearing glasses and taking photographs, of course, that will disguise the tiredness in your eyes.
Do you want me to take them off now, or...?
Yes.
Yes, please
OK.
do, yeah.
Just do a pretend
she looks
one
very
for
tired.
us, Sarah.
Yeah.
That's it. That's
To be fair, she looks absolutely knackered.
You do look. Do that face again. What would you give yourself from 1 to 10 if 1 is not very tired?
I can't see it, that's why I take the photo.
When you look at these pictures, how do they make you feel?
Well, sometimes, if I think I'm really tired and I take a photo of myself and then I compare it with another much earlier tired one that seems to be more tired, then I feel better.
Do you ever do whilst you're asleep? Do you ever go... and not realise you've done it?
No, I eat a lot in the night, but I've never taken a photo.
Not as you're sleeping, though, Sarah, surely.
No, but
You're not shoveling it in from the bedside table as you sleep.
No, but I do wake up in the morning with less biscuits than I thought I had.
So what are you going to say, Lee? Is this the truth, or has she made it up?
I think it's true, but...
Josie thinks it's true.
I think she's lying, and I think it's a lie because I don't think Sarah's A, that ridiculous, or B, that vain.
Well, we're in trouble if it's true, then, aren't we?
So, Lee, what are you going to say?
I'll go with Josie, say it's true.
You're going to say it's true? Right. Sarah, was it the truth, or was it a lie?
It was true.
Ah.
Very good. Well played.
Yeah. And the exciting thing is, not only is it true, we have the evidence. Take a look at this. Now, Sarah, how do you rate that one?
That's a good 7 out of 10. You know, that's been a hell of a day, hasn't it?
Yeah.
All right, let's go on now to snap number 2.
Now, that's different, because that's happy tired. Can you see?
That's
Can you see
happy
that it's
tired?
happy tired? Yeah.
Let's have a look at number 3. Were you on a drip there? Were you being kept alive in that one?
That is the worst one. I couldn't even be bothered to hide my bra strap.
Yes, it's true. Sarah does photograph herself to see how tired she looks. I'm terrible after a late night. You know, some mornings I barely recognise the old man looking back at me in the mirror or remember why I invited him home in the first place. Right. Hugh, you're next.
I have an evil eye that I use on my colleagues during broadcasts when I want them to move on.
Now, when you say your colleagues, who in particular?
Because don't you read the news on your own?
It's a very lonely job.
You mean correspondents, don't you?
Colleagues who might be
Nick
correspondents.
Robinson, for example?
Oh, I see. I see.
Robert
Robinson?
Peston,
Oh,
for
yeah.
example?
People who've come in to drone on about something endlessly.
All right, well, Lee, I'll tell you what. You be a correspondent.
I'll be a correspondent,
okay?
so I'm
And
talking...
then Hugh, do your evil eye.
You mentioned Robert Peston going on and on about, you know, the world coming to an end. I've got to stop him talking.
Right. In news today, we believe that there's a chance that the...
Oh, my God!
That's it.
Do it again.
You've got to start again. I can't do it in
well,
silence.
Today, the ice caps were melting once again, and we found
That's
that...
not what a correspondent says.
it's
The
true. It's not
correspondent doesn't
realistic.
say in
It's
the
not
news
realistic.
today. You've got to talk about the euro.
Oh, I'm sorry, David.
Talk about the euro.
I'm sorry, I didn't realise I was going to have to be method.
Talk about the euro and do it with some level of insight. For
Right.
goodness sake.
I will. Today.
Today? Why do you
Today.
start today?
Yes. All right, then,
Now
tomorrow.
going to our economics correspondent. Today? Why are you saying today?
All right,
I
then.
don't know today stuff.
All right, then, forget it. Tomorrow, do you know what I heard? That the euro... Good, it is good.
David can't see it. Do it to David. Do it to
There
David.
are gradations on it, OK?
David, wait. Do it properly. Pretend you're a sports correspondent. You're talking about the Carling Cup final last year. David.
Today?
Not today. Not today.
Today?
No, not today.
Today in the
Don't look at me,
football.
don't look at me.
Today in the football, once again they were kicking it. Oh God!
Yeah, OK. It does work.
Yeah.
It does work. Some of them are very, very resistant to it.
You're the BBC version of Medusa, are you not?
I have to stop these people. They have to be stopped.
You said there are gradations.
That's right, Rob.
So, OK, so let's see minor irritation.
You see that?
Well, it's barely noticeable.
Well, exactly.
That's a nervous twitch, surely.
No, it's not.
OK, medium.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah.
OK, and then full on.
Angle the head down. If I angle the head down, that is serious.
I suppose the problem is...
It really is.
I was going to say, if you're really not interested, you
Yeah.
raise both eyebrows, but
No.
it's going to backfire, isn't it? 'Cause
No, there's a different one I use.
He's fascinated by this.
Yes, that's a bit testing.
Wow, this is interesting.
There's always the turn your back on them technique, which I have used as well. But Robert Peston still carries on.
You don't really turn
Oh, I have done.
Yeah.
Basically, so Rob, you're now Robert Peston. So you go say quantitative easing. Say
Quantitative easing, you know, will it work? It's hard to say, Hugh. And at the end of the day, we won't know until Tuesday when the Chancellor is going to give us his report. Now, word is that report is going to contain many of the ingredients that we've already seen. But until it's released, we won't know. And don't forget that there's always the opportunity for the Shadow Chancellor to put forward his proposal. We won't know until Wednesday. Why Wednesday, you ask? Well, Wednesday is the day when the report will be presented.
Our business editor, Rob Brydon. Thank you very much indeed.
Very much. So, what do we think? Do you think it's true?
Lie.
It's a lie.
Lie.
He's too lovely. He really is. He's like a big, old, cuddly Welsh
Old?
bear. I mean old in the loveliest sense, rather than in the old sense.
Lie.
You think it's a lie?
Why lie, Bradley? Why lie?
Because you can.
No, I mean, why do you think
Oh,
this is a
sorry.
lie?
He's a very solitary person on television. I see Hugh in my living room. He's on his own. He's never given me the evil eye.
So, truth or lie?
Lie. OK, my team say lie.
You say it's a lie. Hugh, was it the truth or was it a lie?
You should know that I am programmed by the BBC to tell the truth.
Yes, it's true. Different news presenters have their own little techniques. Fiona Bruce will incline her head to one side. Emily Maitlis will cough. And Jeremy Paxman will grab you by the lapels and tell you to shut it or he'll glass you. Bradley, you're next.
OK, here we go. Whilst fulfilling a lifelong dream of swimming with dolphins, I had to punch one of them on the nose because I firmly believed it was trying to remove my trunks.
David.
Where and when?
Florida.
When?
2005.
2005.
Yes.
What was this dolphin doing? You're swimming along. I've never swum with dolphins.
He's getting off on this.
I've never swum. Yeah, I want it as arousing as possible. A blow by blow, if it came to that, account of what this particular saucy bottlenose did lid around your trunks.
OK,
Get her off!
Get off! Please stop, because I have nightmares about
Sam,
it.
give me flashbacks.
I have flashbacks. You have to hold on to the dolphin's fins like this, and they propel you across the water, so you're in tandem with dolphins.
This
So
is
they
in
propel
the
you
sea?
Well, it was like a SeaWorld place.
Right.
And I was being propelled across the water, or dragged across the water by these dolphins.
Holding
Anyway,
them by the dorsal fins.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I got to the other side of the tank that we were in, and one swam left, and the other one came round and was poking me in the back. And so, consequently, the lady who was
lady
there...
dolphin?
Not the lady dolphin, no. You know the instructor lady? She said, just shoo him away. So I went, shoo. And it wouldn't go. And all of a sudden, it actually ran its nose down the back, down like I've got a crevice in my spine, right the way down, and my trunks started to go south.
When you
at
say
which
you've
point...
got a crevice in your spine, you're not getting mixed up with the bottom, are you?
As I turned round, I went like that and caught the dolphin right on the nose, and it startled the dolphin, and the dolphin swam off.
You've been back to SeaWorld then in the meantime?
Yes, I've been back, yeah.
And swimming with dolphins again? After
Well,
that rousing experience?
I went with a charity.
What had
And then-
happened to you? Did you have an illness?
No, I didn't. I didn't.
So what are you thinking, David? Which
What
way
do
are
you
you
think,
leaning?
Hugh?
It's pervy and a bit creepy, isn't it? But it's perfectly believable.
Never mind the other two on your
It's
team. What do you
perfectly
think?
believable. It's perfectly believable.
I didn't believe it at all to start with, and now I believe it a bit. But it is disgusting. It's sort of...
It's not disgusting.
I think he seems quite ashamed of it, which makes me think it might be true. He's a good-looking fella. I can see, what they were thinking.
We think it's true.
The team are in
Yeah.
agreement.
Yeah.
OK. Bradley Walsh, were you telling us the truth, or was it a lie?
Rob Brydon, it is a total lie.
Yes, it's a lie. Bradley didn't punch a dolphin on the nose because he believed it was trying to remove his trunks. Our next round is called This Is My, where we bring on a mystery guest who has a close connection to one of our panellists. Now, this week, each of Lee's team will claim it's them that has the genuine connection to the guest, and it's up to David's team to spot who's telling the truth. So please welcome this week's special guest, Paul. Right, Bradley, what is Paul to you?
This is Paul, my school friend, who loved mashed potato so much that I used to steal it off teachers' plates for him.
OK. Josie, how do you know Paul?
This is Paul, and he taught me the carrot technique for giving up smoking.
Finally, Lee, your relationship to Paul?
This is my milkman, Paul. I came down one morning to find he'd left 88 pints of milk on my doorstep.
So, there we are. Bradley's Mr. Potato Head, Josie's Carrot Counsellor, or Lee's mixed-up milkman. David, where'd you start?
All right, mashed potato. Why did you see it as your role to obtain mashed potato for Paul?
Because he loved mashed potato so much, and I was his friend, and he wasn't brave enough.
How did you steal it without the teachers noticing?
I stole it when the teachers weren't looking.
How many teachers did you steal mashed potato from, and on how many separate occasions? Describe the scale and nature of the scam.
5 years I've had this.
No, what happened was the teachers' dinners had mashed potato on them.
Were the pupils allowed no mashed potato? Was mashed potato the luxury item available only to teachers?
No, not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
No, not
On
necessarily.
some days.
Yeah. Some days we would have mashed potato.
I had a very privileged upbringing where mashed potato was available to teachers and pupils alike. Not a day goes by when I don't give thanks for that.
Some days we had no mashed potato. And,
Paul?
Paul?
Rob, how come I never get a newsreader?
We would have lunch in the dining area. The teachers that were looking after us in that dining area would then swap over and have their lunch later than us.
Right.
The plates of dinner that were going to the other teachers had mash on them, and somewhere else in the school, other than the dining room, we'd take the mash.
Right.
Just sum up for us how you got the mashed potato off the teacher's plate and onto Paul's plate.
I hijacked the canteen trolley thing.
On a trolley, so it's an industrial quantity of mash you're moving around here, yeah? Yeah? Is that right?
Would you like to move on with your inquiries?
Josie, what is the carrot method?
Paul is my plumber.
Yeah.
And I've known him for about 10 years now. I do like a cheeky ciggy every now and then. About 2 months ago, he came and did a tap in my utility room. And I said, Paul, when I gave him a cup of tea, you know, you can have a fag in this house. And he says, I don't do it anymore, but I'll show you what I do. And he had a packet of ciggies with a little plastic bag thing and little sticks of carrots. And he nibbled them. So I did
you
it.
don't smoke the carrots?
No.
So it's just quite simply, every time you fancy a cigarette, just
Yes,
nibble
but
on a carrot.
But for some reason, because I've tried before, some reason just having the packet with you.
So you put them in the cigarette pack, so you still have
That's
to buy...
what he did. That was his little technique.
I was trying to give up heroin once and I carried around a little tub of hummus. I found that worked.
Right, what about Lee's story?
Yes.
So when was this?
It was about 6 weeks ago.
88 bottles, glass bottles.
Glass bottles of milk, yes.
And how were they arranged on the doorstep?
In the shape of a cow. What does that matter?
It does. I'm just trying to picture the scene. Where were they?
Picture
Where
the
were they
scene.
arranged?
I've opened the door, there's 88 bottles of milk.
Where were they?
Where were
How's
they?
he got a very
On
big
the doorstep,
porch?
around the
On the
doorstep.
doorstep, you've
Not
got a
just on
very
the...
big doorstep.
Well, you've got to let me finish. On the doorstep, around the side, up the bit that I have on the side of my house.
And the colour of the foil on the milk bottles?
The colour of the foil?
Yeah.
Blue.
Blue, which means what?
It means that it's full fat.
I didn't think anybody drank full-fat milk
Is this the bit you least believe? The bit that you doubt about this story is I had 88 bottles of milk on my doorstep.
That's fine, that's champion.
Full fat? Are you bombers?
How many had you ordered?
I thought I'd ordered 8.
You thought you'd ordered... That's a lot.
8 pints of full fat milk.
Well, actually,
Why did you want 8 pints of full-fat milk?
because I had friends staying over.
Who like milkshakes?
I ordered it online, I made a mistake. I meant to put 88 bottles, and I hit it, and I put 88 in the box. That's
Right.
what happened. That is
And Paul didn't question that at all. Nobody questioned that you wanted 88 bottles of milk.
Yeah, because what happened is I put 88, I said double-clicked, and then his face just came up on the screen and went, "Are you sure, Governor?" I mean, come on, Lee. 88 bottles of milk? What are you talking about? Hey? I'll go back down and have another go. No, he doesn't get involved in the admin. He just looks at the list and delivers the milk.
Fair enough.
When does Paul deliver?
Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
What time?
Ooh, it's quite early, Hugh.
So, how many bottles did you say?
88 on this particular
And
occasion.
he did it silently on the doorstep? You didn't wake up at all? Yeah, no big clanking going on?
Got a very
Back and forth to the milk float? No?
He's a professional. We call him the Ninja Milkman.
OK. Talk us through the event. You open the front door. What happens?
I saw 88 bottles of milk.
Yeah. And what happened then? What happened?
I went, love! Not to him, obviously he's gone.
Yeah.
I said, darling... Because I was saying, love, that'd be far too working class and northern. Darling, heavens above, the milkman's left 88 bottles of milk again. What an absolute blackguard.
How long did it take you to get through this supply?
Until you got rid of them all. And what did you do
We
then?
didn't get through them all before they'd gone off. We gave some to the cat. Actually, I'm lucky because I've got a lion.
OK, we need an answer. So, David's team, is Paul Bradley's Mr Potato Head, Josie's carrot counsellor, or Lee's mixed-up milkman?
I don't understand why you'd have full fat in this day and age.
No.
Think of your hard flour.
I get semi-skimmed.
I get semi-skimmed.
Yeah.
I get semi-skimmed.
I think everyone gets
Everybody gets
semi-skimmed.
semi-skimmed. Semi-skimmed, yes.
I think it's Bradley. I think it's Bradley.
No, I think you might be
It
right.
was so bad.
Yeah, it was so bad.
It's got to be right.
Bradley's technique to basically collapse in front of us meant we didn't really get any information either way out of it.
No,
He's just...
True.
And he has a whiff of a thief about him as well, doesn't he?
OK, so, Paul, would you please reveal your true identity?
I am Paul, and Bradley used to steal potatoes from me.
Thank you very much, Paul.
Thank you very much.
Which brings us to our final round, quick-fire lives. And we start with... Lee.
I can tell if someone drinks mainly tea or coffee just by listening to their stomach.
Right, David's team, what do you think? How? How?
How?
Well, there's a certain rumble to your coffee drinker.
Oh, come on.
It is the slightest thing that only someone with a sensitive ear like mine would...
Can you reproduce the rumble yourself?
What did you say?
Can you reproduce the rumble yourself?
Got him. The eyebrows got up. Oh, sorry, Hugh, what's the question?
I said, can you reproduce the rumble in some kind of form? Give us a sense of whether it's resonant or a bit of a squeaky rumble. What kind of rumble is it?
I would say that the drinkers of coffee have a rumble that I can only describe as, imagine a small fish passing wind. But you've got a stethoscope to the glass.
Yeah.
It's the mildest of rumbles, and as I say, only a trained ear would hear.
And whereas the tea drinkers rumble?
Much, I mean, but hardly ever. Hardly ever. I mean, it's to do with the...
Well, they rumble less, the tea drinkers.
The tea drinkers are less of a rumble than the coffee drinkers.
Because I'm a tea drinker and I rumble loads.
Good job you don't drink coffee. You'd be all over the place.
Really?
But surely they're both the same amount of liquid, so I don't understand why it's
Well, I'm
different.
glad you asked me that, sir. It's finally a sensible question.
Yes.
It's
You're
to
welcome.
do, apparently, with... It's not the actual... And I genuinely don't know what it is, but it's to do with something that's in
believe
coffee.
you.
It's something that's in coffee that's not in tea. And it is in coffee.
Right.
It's my party trick. So I'll say, do you want tea or coffee? Then I'll go, in fact, don't tell me. And I'll get down on my knee, I'll lean in like that, and I'll go, I'm guessing coffee.
Could you do that to Bradley or Josie and say which they prefer?
Why don't I do it to you, David? Because I think that's what you want. Finally, some physical contact between us. Let's just get this out of the way.
I'm desperate to get your ear on my bare skin. But no, do it to Josie.
No, I want to do it to you. It's a will they, won't they panel game. And finally, it comes to this. I could do it to everybody.
You're going to do us all?
Bovril. OK. News just in. There's a definite rumble there. You're a tea drinker.
I thought you said coffee drinkers rumble more.
There's a rumble, but it's not the rumble. It's the mild rumble.
Yeah. That was lovely. That was really lovely.
Do you know what? I can't make my mind up. I'll have to check again.
Got a very warm ear.
It's tea. Now, I have a different system for the ladies. Do you mind if I...
Not at all.
press my
I'll
ear
lift
to-
them up so you can get in.
Do you promise you'll keep them up till I'm away?
No, I'm going to thump them on your
Don't
head.
throw them on top. I do not want to be forced to the ground.
I'm going to thump them on your head. Dunk.
Yeah, see, you're an interesting one because you've got a bit of both. So it's almost as if it's like you don't drink tea or coffee. I'm getting from you.
OK.
I'm getting you don't drink tea or coffee. I'm getting you drink tea. I'm getting you drink tea. So that's what I would say. So you now know whether it's true or a lie.
Hugh, do you
Now,
drink
what we
tea
need to
or
know is,
coffee?
did he get those
There's
right?
no sense on what these rumbles actually sound like. I need to sort of get a sound.
Okay, I'll try and do the sound. David, as a tea drinker, was the mild rumble. A sort of...
So, David, are you a tea drinker? Is he right?
I am a tea drinker, but
No way! How did I do it? Can you confirm to the audience that we've never met?
I think Lee probably got it by listening to the rumbles of my stomach. Or he might have got it from my saying I'm a tea drinker several moments before. It's one or the other. So,
Could have been
you know,
that.
yeah.
You never know with this kind of weird thing.
What about you, Hugh? I'm not saying you, Hugh. What about you, Hugh?
It's a very complex picture with me.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's tea and coffee.
Yeah, but
it
it's mainly
depends
tea.
on the time of
It's
day.
mainly tea with you. Don't lie to me,
Have you had a coffee? Have you had tea this evening, though, Hugh? Or have you had coffee? What have you had? Be honest.
I know
I've
it's
had
had
a tea.
Well, there you are, you see.
Okay, what about
He knows what he's
Sarah?
doing.
Brilliant. Even the audience are clapping now. I'm loving this.
Yeah.
Now, with me, you said it was
I don't-
neither one nor the other.
No, I said you're not really a big tea or
tea or
coffee
coffee
drinker, but occasionally you'll have a tea.
I drink a lot of tea.
No, you
But
don't.
to be fair, I've got a lot of underwear on as well, so that might have.
Ah, no, it
spoiled
doesn't
the
work with
sound.
underwear. I didn't say that.
Yeah.
It doesn't work with the underwear.
You should have said I would have taken it
I
off.
didn't.
Look.
Yeah, that was like.
What about the noise of the coffee, then?
The coffee rumble is a lot more like a... That's the only way to describe it. I mean, I can't make the noise of a...
Can I suggest that would be a better party trick?
Don't call my skill a trick, Sarah. It's... I find it a curse. I've had to live with it all my life.
So what do you think, David?
What do you think here?
I'm trained to spot liars a mile off. That's
Yeah.
my job. And it's something I can do with a kind of unerring sort of sense of certainty.
Why are we losing then?
It's not working tonight.
Right.
On this one, I just think it's unlikely, isn't it?
And however much fun it was to thwack one of my boobs on his head, I still think it's a lie.
That was just one.
So what are you going to say, then, David?
I think we're going to say it's a lie.
You think it's a lie? OK. Lee, was that the truth, or were you lying?
It is, in fact, true. No, it's not. It's a lie.
Yes, it's a lie. Lee can't tell if someone drinks mainly tea or coffee just by listening to their stomach. Oh, that noise signals time is up. It's the end of the show. I can reveal that David's team have won by 3 points to 2. But it's not just a team game, and my individual liar of the week this week is Hugh Edwards. Yes, Hugh Edwards, who's been less genuine than an email from a Nigerian billionaire. Good night.
Spock, you've got to get him out of there. William Shatner's in control of Have I Got News For You next. Then Glasgow's Kevin Bridges joins Michael McIntyre in Glasgow. Well, we've all got to save on petrol. That's at 9:30.